want to take off your glasses and sunglasses so that everybody gets a good look at your Ohio Bobcats shirt?
Can everybody hear each other?
Welcome to the Big Hammock Podcast, and boy, do we have a good one for the listeners. Let me tell you something. In the absence of Travis, we have my dad, I call him Pops, Zac Sherer, on the episode.
You know what? First thing I got to tell you is when you walk in here, you don't even know all those people are back there.
You don't see
It's the
them.
craziest thing I've ever seen.
We do live audiences.
It's because the spotlight is like right in your
Yeah.
face and they're not lit up.
Oh, okay. I'm glad thanks everybody for coming. I'm sure it's not for me, but thanks for coming.
They came for you.
I'm
Nat.
sure they did.
So Pops, you are officially the co-host of this episode. Travis is out tonight. For the listeners, if this is your first time watching, this is the Big Hammock Podcast. I'm your host, Zac Sherer. I'm a producer of the movie, The Big Hammock. It's a great Bigfoot film. If you haven't watched it, you can watch it on thebighammock.com. That's one word, thebighammock.com. Dad, have you been to thebighammock.com?
I saw the grand opening, the grand poopah, and I got to go see that, and very impressed with not only the movie, but the turnout for the movie.
You're getting way too ahead of us. I asked if you'd been on thebighammock.com, which you have. You just don't remember these things.
Yes.
And we have, of course, Malcolm in the back running the soundboard.
I always get the cheers. They did come for me, Matt. Just to let you know, they did come for me.
I believe that.
Dad, we are going to get into the premiere and all that kind of stuff. But before we do that, what do you think about the studio? I mean, you talked about the people being here, but the setup we have, pretty good.
The setup was good. Parking was a little tricky. Security to get me in here through the crowd was not the best.
Yeah.
You might want to look into that a little more. But other than that, I am impressed with this setup.
I'll
Pretty
have
nice.
a talk with them. I'll have a talk
Yeah,
with
with the budget and everything, it's kind of, you kind of have
You
to
get
pick
what
and
you
choose.
pay for.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll suffer for a while. Then we got to go to the top.
them. I hear you.
So Pops, I want to talk about your outfit. You chose to come and represent the Ohio Bobcats.
Ohio University Bobcats, Athens, Ohio.
Athens, Ohio. I want to talk about why you chose that shirt, because we have we've been going to North Marion football games for years, basketball games, baseball games, and pretty much every time you show up, the gig is up. You come up with a different college outfit on every single time. You go from pretty much any Ohio team and any Florida team. And you're a big supporter of Deion Sanders, so you've now got some Colorado gear as well. So, what drove you to choose the Ohio Bobcats tonight?
Well, actually, this was laying out on the bed from a couple days ago, and I just grabbed it.
So that's how you pick your outfits?
That's it, pretty much.
What's laying out? Who got you that shirt?
My sister gets all my Ohio University stuff for me, and I got a bunch, and I thank her a bunch for it, too, because I enjoy wearing it.
Yeah, and, finances are tough, too. So, the shirts come nice and thankful for.
Not nice and paid for, yes.
Nice and paid.
It's the best kind of shirt, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Pops, obviously, I'm your son, right? I come up to you a couple years ago, and I say, Pops, I'm making a Bigfoot movie, and your thought process. You know what? Let me go back, okay? You've raised me. That's justifiably true. That's a good one. I've probably put you in some scenarios to make you not so proud to be the father of Zac Sherer.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's true.
The show is not that long.
So I've come up with some brilliant ideas that didn't necessarily pan out. I guess, yeah, the good words there, Malcolm. So I come to you with this announcement that I'm going to be in a movie, and your first thought process had to have been, "What the heck are you getting into now?"
And then when you added Malcolm's name to it, it even got better.
In other words, Malcolm has been a party of some of my brilliant ideas that I've had in the past that made you not so proud.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Is this the first time, obviously you came to the movie. Is this the first time that you're like, okay, these boys did something?
Yep. Yep.
Your opportunity. Hey, hold on. We need to do this over again because your opportunity was there to say, nah, this one didn't impress me at all. So we'll start that over, Dad. All right. So was this the first time that we were able to get something accomplished and you were like, all right, good job, son?
This really was that moment. I was really proud of it. I thought it was great. I mean,
thank you.
Unbelievable.
Man, I tried to get you to run with the program.
I wasn't going to run with that. That was a good one. You guys did a real good job.
Dad, you are a man of
few words.
Few words, except when you're on your comedy bit, which is definitely loud and clear tonight. The overall experience, like, did you know at Shuck and Shack that it was going to be as big as it was, or was it not until after you started seeing everybody come through when you started to see the movie theater fill up?
At Shuck and Shack's was bigger than I thought it would be, and then the movie was the place and the setup and everything was bigger than I thought it would be. Mm-hmm. Very impressive.
So you were impressed with just by seeing all the people at Shuck and Shack, and I mean, when we were there, it was early. Mm-hmm. So then when you saw the people coming in the movie theater, it was just that much more.
Oh, yeah. It was exciting to see it fill up.
So the movie itself, what impressed you with it?
The acting wasn't too bad. You did a great job. Malcolm did a good job. Everybody did very, very well. And, the neat part was just to know that you knew the people. Mm-hmm. That I knew you, and I knew Malcolm, and it was, that was the big draw to get there in the first place. And then after a while, it was like, hey, these guys are doing pretty darn good. So I enjoyed it.
What'd you think of the story?
The story setup was not even in my mind how it was going to go down. And then as it unraveled, I kind of followed it and I realized, and it was a good story. Setup. Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, there's different avenues you could have taken to do this movie, and you guys chose that one, and I think you chose the right one.
Perfect. Thanks. So, Dad, I want to talk about your favorite scene of the movie.
My favorite scene was probably the scene where you're doing your radio show and Warden is going down the road listening to it on the radio.
I'm on the radio and Warden Wayne's listening to it on the radio.
He's listening and you're talking up him about how you and him are great friends and you're tight and you're, always buddies. And then you flipped on him and then he went off and that was the best part. That was the best part to me.
Do you want to watch that real quick, Malcolm, or no?
Yeah, we can if you want.
Okay.
But fun fact is that scene wasn't even in the script. That wasn't even originally a part of the movie to begin with. It's actually something me and Zach had came up with. It was actually, it started off with, I said, Zach, I need something to just use for background noise while Warden Wayne is just driving around. So you could just ramble on about whatever. You're the radio show host, so you could just talk about whatever. And then he had come up with, well, I'm just going to start talking crap about Warden Wayne. And then it just turned. So the shot of him in the news in the newsroom or in the radio room in the studio, that wasn't even supposed to show. It was literally just supposed to be his voice over the radio. But it was so good, and just the way it happened, like you said, it just I wanted to add it.
You're going with the fun facts behind that. There was more to that radio show than just what was in the movie, and it was what I Malcolm's like, just talk about this or that. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to give him as much content that he could use anytime throughout the movie. So, and I told him up front, I said, look, my feelings won't be hurt if you don't, use it all. It's okay. It's just there for you. And so, that was a 20-minute?
Yeah, it was like 25 minutes.
That I was talking with Sean about. It was actually right after. Was it right after? Or was it short? It was a while after.
What?
Dustin's fight?
No, it was a while after.
Yeah. So we just, I just put myself. We talked about Dustin Dixon's bare knuckle fight, and that's why it was playing in the background the whole time, because we were acting as if we just came off of a long weekend.
So what would you originally thinking, like when you first started watching? Because we didn't really tell you much about the movie. What'd you think what type of movie was you thinking it was gonna be? Did you have an idea of what direction you thought we was going to go with?
Well, over the years that this was going on, I kept hearing Bigfoot, and I just can't imagine it being a real Bigfoot one. So when this unfolded, it seemed like definitely the way to go.
Right.
Yeah. Perfect.
Because in your mind, you were like, you boys ain't fooling me.
Well, I just couldn't see you guys going out and doing a bunch of research and going and finding Bigfoot.
But we did.
Okay, so you did a little bit.
Malcolm went to, what was it with Uncle Charlie?
A real Bigfoot festival.
At the Wex Center. They have a Bigfoot festival every year at the Wex Center. And
he had an extra ticket. And when I told him I was making a Bigfoot movie, and he's asking me questions about Bigfoot, and I have no idea about Bigfoot at all. I'm like, I don't know. He's like, how are you going to make a Bigfoot movie without knowing anything about Bigfoot? But now that you've seen the movie, can you see how somebody who doesn't know anything about Bigfoot can make a Bigfoot movie?
Yeah, it worked. See? We always said you didn't know anything, and look, it paid off.
So this is a long scene, so we'll probably just watch it.
In my brand new Silverado.
I don't know what Dale's talking about today.
Hey, it was a good weekend, and we got another good weekend. That's okay. I was so stoked about that. And I hope Warden Wayne's there. You see Dustin's fight in the background.
10-4 clear. I'll check it out.
I gotta tell you, so like for minutes before,
I cannot go.
I'm talking about the recap. I'm recapping the weekend.
To the listeners, how important myself and Warden Wayne's friendship is.
Right.
I know that I can talk a lot of crap about Warden Wayne. I can give Warden
I think Damon's facial expressions really are what makes it. Yeah. He's all grateful. My boy showing me some love on the radio. I got all this stuff I'm dealing with, but my boy Dale's there for me.
Like nobody likes a game. Nobody likes a game, but I tell you, he is.
I'm pulling all hide out of my rear end, Dad. Like it is pulling it out.
Give you a ticket.
There ain't nothing written down. There wasn't nothing written down, was there,
Safety's
Malcolm?
number one.
It was 25 minutes of Zach just beating his ass.
Okay? But he's all about preserving the wilderness, preserving the wildlife, making sure you're doing everything right. And I gotta say, I appreciate that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is what I'm about to talk about here, right? Because, Warden Wayne's got to tighten up. He's got to get on his job. And I don't want to talk too much about it because him and I do
tighten
have a
up,
friendship, and I don't want to expose too much of what's going on over the air because I want to give him some time.
Right.
What are you talking about, Dale?
Later, right? Because nobody else go do that. Fox
So
News
this
ain't
was
gonna do
cool.
that. They knew what I knew.
Oh,
Really? We didn't talk about him calling in.
So,
where's my phone at?
the phone call in the background, he put that in the edit. That never was really there.
Yeah, y'all take in calling
But
them.
Damon come up with that,
That's all
you
I'm
know,
gonna
on
get,
the
talk about
on
it.
the
But,
scene.
I give him a hard time. At the end of the day, when he puts that badge on, he
So,
is a public servant.
It's good that you pulled that out, Dad, because that Malcolm actually brought it out. That scene was totally just, what do they call that?
Improv.
Improv.
By
That-
both.
Yes, by both of
actors.
us.
You weren't improv, you should just make it up as you go.
Yeah, right.
what I'd have
Improv.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just make it up as you go.
Yeah.
And so, what did you think about whenever he changed his attitude and you heard the record scratch?
Yes.
Did that help?
That was perfect.
So I will be honest with you. That was a battle that Jake won because Jake did the sound. And I wasn't too sure about it. I'm like, I don't know. It seems a little too goofy. And he fought with me on that. He's like, bro, I'm telling you, it's what it needs. And
It's perfect.
It is perfect.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
kudos to Jake for adding that scratch in there
Right.
and the phone ringing in the background because he did do all the sound design
Mhm.
on that.
Yeah.
So that worked out pretty good.
Yep.
So I just like with this scenes like this, I was even a little iffy about because it did kind of drag on a little bit, but I feel like the comedy was there
Mhm.
enough to where it still kept you engaged, and it added to the relationship between Warden Wayne and Dale's character, or Dale, Zach's character, Dale.
You can. One thing I like about our movie is, in a movie, in each movie you watch, you have these characters that are established, and you have to establish their personality, their
Right.
history, and all that kind of stuff. And we really achieved that.
For sure.
With Damon, with Warden Wayne's character, with my character, with the podcaster's character.
Right.
We established a lot of personalities
Right.
within the characters in the movie.
And I think it did help with Warden Wayne, especially because he was the main character. Although your character was the main character in the sense that he's telling the story,
Mhm.
but he is the main protagonist. Is that how they
Mhm.
put it? So
What's the protagonist?
They were the ones that discovered. No, this is Pilgrims. Something I can't remember now.
which the Pilgrims didn't discover anything.
Right.
You can't discover something somebody's already there.
Well, they had turkey.
They did have turkey. So,
we need to have him and Drew on the show.
oh man, that show would be never end. I don't think there's enough memory on these things to have a show with them two. Hey, you could be one of the guests on the Cryptic Crackers Bigfoot research show.
Dad, would you like to do that?
No, thank you. This is plenty. I'm booked up till like long time.
You got like a year's worth of booked up stuff.
I think so. Yeah.
So, Dad, for the listeners that don't necessarily know you, you're obviously a big sports fanatic. I think I just want to give somewhat of a background because we do take pride in that we're multicultural, multi-generational podcast. So you are in the equine industry for as long as I can remember. Your dad, my granddad, had horses, and that's what brought us down to Marion County. This is horse country.
Mm-hmm.
So, given your background and where you're from, what can you tell the like-minded people that possibly know Nat Sheer about the movie?
What can I tell them about the movie? Like any movie, you got to be patient and give it time to unwind. And I'm probably the worst at that. So the fact that you guys kept me there must mean it was all right.
You were
because
obligated.
Yeah, that's right. I was. So I was going to stay regardless. How bad it was, I was going to stay.
What did you really think you were going to come out of that movie saying to me and Malcolm and all that?
The Bigfoot costume sucked. That's what he was getting ready.
No.
He practiced it in the mirror all the time.
I was just very impressed. The whole thing, the whole movie setup. You know, first of all, when someone tells you they're going to make a movie, the first thing you say is right, right. You know, there's not going to be a movie or whatever.
Right, that's
they're
true.
going to have their cell phone out looking. At, you know, that's going to be the end of the movie. But it was a real deal. I thought. I mean, to me, it was just a real movie.
I appreciate that.
That's what people probably have a hard time understanding. You know, when they hear about all this. Can't be a real movie. Well, it was.
Well, and you're right. Most people's like their first thought is when somebody who's a nobody with no money.
Two of you. Two nobodies.
Two nobodies.
Yeah.
There was
Two
more.
of us with
There was
no
more
money.
than just two. But, there's,
But and you're like, hey, we're making a movie. That's their first thought. Is like, yeah, right. What is this gonna be? Especially when you say I'm making a Bigfoot movie. Well, then their thought is, what, like the Blair Witch Project or something? They think you're just going out there with your cell phone or you're going out there doing this.
Making noises.
Right. Like they didn't really understand that it was going to be a narrative, what they call a narrative film, where there's characters, there's a story, the plot thickens. You know, we had some action in there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I think, and honestly, with the amount of people that did help, is the only reason why it did happen. Like we just honestly had the right people in the right places. I feel like that helped out.
And then the other thing was, with it being full, as that place was, I wanted to sit near the door because I figured when the riot broke out, after people came and paid money to go in and see that, they're like, I'm leaving. But they came and watched it, and it was good. Everybody stayed till the end, I thought. I mean, nobody
did.
left. So.
Yeah.
and they were cheering. That was cool. How many? I just remembered this, Dad. Before this movie, I was asking you how many movies you've gone and seen at the movie theater.
Many.
We counted 5.
Here?
No, just 5 in all your life.
Oh, yeah, that could be true.
5 in all your life.
Yeah.
So this was your 6th movie you've ever watched in a movie theater.
Yeah.
And
Not the cheapest one I ever went to. Whoa.
That is true. It was a pricey ticket.
oh, you got me off track.
You should have waited for the drive-in. That one was free.
Yep, wasn't thinking. At that time, we didn't know the drive-through was coming.
That's true.
If you would have announced that there's a possibility that it could be free, I'd have probably held off.
Right.
Do you wish you would have seen it in the Opera House? Like, how many movies did you see in the Opera House growing up?
More than 5 or 6, probably. But,
Okay.
Those are two different scenes. There's historical opera house, and then here's the modern feet up in the air, and you know.
I'll say, even though it was a great experience at the Twin City Opera House, at the Epic movie theater,
Way better experience.
it was just a better experience just because there was 300 plus people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're watching a movie with a crowd of that size and everybody is reacting, majority of people are reacting the same way.
Positively. Very
Positive. And
Anytime there was a character's first time on the screen, somebody somewhere was cheering.
Right.
And
That's how it happens at all
Yeah.
independent premieres.
Mhm.
The only thing I remember him having the scene was when the booing. There was some booing.
There was
going
some
on.
booing, yeah.
going on. People throwing stuff, but that was your scene.
That
and-
was my scene.
Yeah, you
But
did it well.
I expected it.
Did it well.
Yeah. So it worked out.
I know the way your mind thinks too. You've got questions at some point or another about the movie. You know, who did what and how this happened.
How did they all get involved?
Yeah.
The towing guy. I mean, how did he? You just went up to called him on the phone, said, "Hey, we need a tow truck out
That's
here."
a
And the
good
guy
question.
shows up.
Nobody's asked us that question.
Yeah.
Like,
So Chad actually knows Chaz and Chuck. So I believe it was Chuck that reached out to him and said, "Hey, we're doing this."
He's
movie.
the owner of Ocala Towing.
The dude Chad, yeah,
Okay.
like he runs it or owns
Mm-hmm.
one of the two. So he was like, "Look, we need a tow yard for a scene," and the dude's like, "Yeah, I'll use one of my tow yards. Well, I'll open it up for you. You can come and film." So as we was doing that, got to talking to him and was like, "Hey, there's a possibility that we're gonna do a scene where we're actually gonna show the car being towed in the movie." He's like, "Count me in." He's like, "As long as I can show my logo," I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's even better." Because now I don't have to like try to cover your logo up. That's always the hard part. You don't want to get sued. People thinking you're making $1 million because your movie's as awesome as ours was. And
Wait, you lost me.
but so you don't know how businesses are going to react to their business being shown on it. But he's like, "No, go ahead, go for it." So I thought that was pretty cool, especially. It was called Ocala Towing.
Yes,
you
perfect.
know? So it was like perfect, yeah.
Which that's really how every scene was done, was somebody that knew somebody.
Yeah.
You know, the sheriff's office was somebody that worked. That was their job, place of employment.
Yeah.
So what? Somebody knew somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I was here.
Yeah.
What did
You
you
didn't
have?
call me. You didn't say, "Hey, I need a guy."
Man, I talked about this for 2 years. All you had to do was say, "Sign me up."
Well, the next one we are going to need a couple horses.
No. No.
I tried.
Yeah, we had 2 restaurants that
Yeah.
we had to reach out to owners for. We had the
Yep.
tow yard. We had the sheriff's office.
So Anthony's Pizza, Tony's cousin Ashley worked there. She was running it. So I just hit her up and said, "Hey, can you open it up on a day that it's not normally open to shoot the scene?" She said, "Yeah." That's how we got that one. The sheriff's office was a pest control place, and Sarah worked there. That's how we got that one.
The studio was our Genesis studio.
Yep, the studio was Foolish in our Genesis.
What about the woman that was out in the camping out in the woods or whatever, and the guy went there to talk to her, the policeman? Where was that at?
So that was an Airbnb off of.
That's right.
Is it? So Drew, who plays one of the guys in the
It's the one that I had the debate with.
Yeah, the one that he had the debate with. It's a friend of his. It's an Airbnb that they own. It's a cabin off the lake.
Yes,
Out in
perfect.
the woods. Yeah,
Perfect.
So we actually used that twice. So when he went to talk to her on the back porch, right? We used it then, and then inside of the warden's house is also that same.
Yeah.
It's the same Airbnb. So we
Yeah.
used it twice.
Good thinking.
Good questions, Pops.
That's a good question.
Yeah. And the caterer.
The caterer,
There was none.
there was none.
Got to get that fixed before the next one.
I know. I'm going to work on that. I've learned some things from another director guy. He just had his mom make all the food. So I'm going to tell my mom to step her game up.
We'll sign mine up too.
But the festival, we just used Chaz's shop, had a big field next to it. So we used that. And then most of outside of the woods. So like the montage where they're hiking, that was done in Barren Oak Trail, Indian Lake. So we just went out there for 3 hours hiking. And then most of the woods scene was Chaz's property out in Lake Weir, Ocklawaha. So
Worked out well.
worked out good. Yeah. So I had a lot of help. People just donating their time and
Well,
place.
I would have helped you, but I was busy doing something. No, that wasn't true. I didn't really want
Help.
to. Yeah, I didn't want to put myself out on a limb.
Right.
Yeah, but I will for the next.
Have you ever thought about doing a little acting there now?
No, I couldn't. I don't think I'd be good at that.
I think you'd be awesome.
No.
I got a role in the next one that I could really use a guy like you for.
You mean like a guy 6'3" chiseled?
Yeah.
You ain't no 6'3".
I'm chiseled. Okay, 6'2" chiseled.
He's chiseled. Perfect for the role I need you for.
That's
That'll work.
You don't sweat easy, do you?
Nah. Not going to do that much to sweat.
Oh.
Are you having fun, Dad?
Yeah.
Is this how you saw this going?
No.
Thought it was gonna be a little better.
No. This is good. You guys got a perfect setup here. You got room for the guest. Now, where does the other guy sit when he's here?
Travis sits where you're sitting, and then the guest usually sits right there.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll know that when I come back next time.
See,
Wait a
there?
minute,
You want-
wait a minute.
Yeah.
There
no, too
will
late.
be
Too
no
late.
next time.
We
Too
marked
late.
it down.
No. This
We
is
marked it
one
down.
time.
Yep.
One time. I'm just trying to get your ratings up, and then I'm going to let you take the rest.
Are you going to share this with all your friends?
No. First of all, I don't have any friends. Second of all, I don't need to share it with anybody.
I need you to make sure that you share this with all your friends.
Okay, both of them. I'll call both of them tonight, and I'll tell them.
Our phones are gonna ring as soon as he leaves here.
Yep, one for you, one for him.
Hey, y'all need to check out this podcast.
Yep, that's it. Now I know how it's done. This is pretty fancy.
Do you have any questions for him, Malcolm?
Nah, just appreciate you coming on, and I like the fact, or I'm glad you enjoyed the movie, and it wasn't. You didn't feel like it was a total waste
Nope.
of time.
Nope,
Maybe
it
a
was
little
good.
bit of waste of money, but not a
That-
total waste of time.
It was probably worth the money. I'll say that. It really was. For me, it was because, number one, I knew you guys, and number two, it kept getting better and better and better as the film went. Instead of, first of all, I didn't go in there expecting much.
That's good.
And it just kind of took off and got better, and I enjoyed it.
That's kind of where we wanted people. We wanted their expectation to really be low.
Yep.
And then that way, no matter, you can only go up from there. If they already
Right.
think it's going to be a pile of crap.
So the next one, since you've already had the first one, we're going to be expecting a little bit more.
And the pressure is going to be on.
Oh, dear. Has it started?
Well, we've started working on ideas.
Okay. If you need any help, just give me a call.
All right, I will. We do need a couple horses and a chiseled 6'3" guy.
the chiseled part I can come up with. The horses I can't do.
I don't think we really need horses, but we could definitely fit them in somewhere.
I've got a perfect role.
Yep.
I can't wait. What, a scarecrow? Out in the middle of a field?
You're going to be out in the middle of a field, but you're going to be a scarecrow.
Okay. Am I going to get run over by a car or anything?
It's not a bad
Is this going to be
idea.
a horror movie? A scary one?
It'll be the same type of movie
Perfect.
the Big Hammock was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still not in, but that's all right.
All right. Well, Dad, I didn't think I'd ever get you on here. You came on anyway. I kind of didn't give you a choice, did I?
Nope.
Yeah, I got it figured out. Just don't give him any choice. You gotta show
Pick
up.
them up.
So I started to. I was running a little bit behind. I told him I was going to pick him up at 6 o'clock, and he is a early bird. We're already out past his bedtime now, and but I was running behind. It was after 6, so I was like, all right, what am I going to do to get him to say, let's not do it tonight? Because if I'd have said, hey, I'm going to be there at 6:30, like, don't even worry about it tonight. So I was just like, hey, I'm running a little bit behind. I'll be there though. I didn't give him a time or nothing.
That was a text that he sent me. And what did I send you back?
I can't remember.
I didn't send you anything back.
He was hoping you'd forget.
That's exactly what it was. All right. Well, listeners, don't forget, like, subscribe our show, especially if you're a first-time listener, a dear old friend of the infamous Zac Sherer. And thanks, y'all, for coming on. Get your movie, thebighammock.com. See y'all next time.
Y'all?
Oh, yeah, we're off. What'd you think? Did we nail it?
Oh, yeah. That's going straight to the top.